Everyone has a different preference when it comes to camping, right? Some, myself included, like a bougie campground. But sometimes we want to be able to get away, right? We want to be able to go off grid and actually kind of enjoy nature a little bit more, kind of like camping was initially intended. And that is where this bad boy right here comes in. This is the Entegra Coach Condor 22T. Now this coach does come on two different chassis. The 22T is on the Ford Transit chassis that we see here. The 23S will be on the Mercedes. So I'll touch quite a bit more on the exterior here, talk about the chassis a little bit. But first let's go in and take a look at the interior just to kind of give you a general idea of the floor plan. Because as we all know, if the floor plan doesn't work, well, the coach just isn't going to work for you. So when we come inside and kind of take a look here, one of the things you'll probably notice right away is that this one doesn't have a slide out, and that's okay. When we're talking about, again, getting off grid and just really being able to, enjoy nature and being outside, this is more of a base camp, more of a home base. So we'll start off right here, and what you'll notice is that you have this seat, and this table actually fully adjusts. So you can bring it out, you can push it in, we can push it this way, so we can push it this way. Like, you have full control over this table, and of course you can just lock it right here. You can lock it in place when you have it where you want it. But that allows you to kind of customize this setup, as well as makes it a whole lot easier to get in and out of here. You'll also see that if you want to have a rider here, take a look at this. Not only do you have a seat belt, but you have a tether system. So for a car seat, you can tether it here. There's also going to be tethers right down here, locations there, and those are going to be marked right here on the cushion, so it's nice and easy to find, just like you would have in a car. Now in the back is going to be the bed. We'll take a look at that in just a second. Because this one is essentially a B+, if we look behind me, rather than having like a cab over, this one is going to have an entertainment center. Now, this TV is optional. There is a mount outside for it as well. But we did option the TV on this one. You also have the storage right here on the sides. As for the cockpit itself, we'll kind of take a look at that real quick. As I mentioned, this one is the Ford Transit. So if you've seen one Transit, you've probably seen them all. They're not too terribly different. You can see the display right there. That's something that does change, but it is a nice big touchscreen display. Then coming down, of course, you have USB ports. You have your 12-volt port there, as well as a couple cup holders. And both the passenger and driver seats do swivel. So these do swivel around, so you're able to utilize this space, which is good when you have a smaller coach like this. Taking a look at the windows here, you'll see that you have a built-in screen as well as the nightshade. They just basically magnet together like so. And then these do fold all the way out. So you can push these out, pull the screen down, get a really nice breeze coming through here. Those are going to be upgraded windows. I believe those ones are dual pane. I would have to double check on that. Actually, give me 1 second. I will check that right now. Yes, they are dual pane acrylic windows. That is what I thought. So again, if you're going to be out in the cold a little bit longer, that's great. It's good to have that dual pane. It has heated tanks on this coach as well, just giving you a little bit more of that, I don't want to say off-grid capability, but a little more, I guess, extended camping season capability. When we talk about the kitchen, you can see they actually did a really good job of giving you great prep space right here over to the side. Now, yes, you can take an induction cooktop, put it right there, plug it in, you're good to go. But otherwise, you get all of that prep space. The sink is going to be a round stainless steel bowl. You see it does come with the sink top cover here again to be able to act as a little bit of prep space. And I like what they did with the faucet by mounting it over to the side. It really gives you a little bit more space here, and it's still extremely functional. Pull-out faucet there just as you would expect. This one does have the Firefly system in it. This is going to be our secondary control. The cool thing about this, and a lot of people I don't think know this, but this actually comes off, and you can actually still use this. You can control this no matter where you're at. For example, if I want to turn all the lights off, boop, there they went. Turn them back on, there we go. So you can have that by your bed if you want. Just gives you, like I said, just a little bit of extra control. And I feel like a lot of people just don't know that it does that. Right down underneath here, you can see your power step. This one does have a power step. We'll see that when we go outside. It also has battery reset on there, as well as your battery disconnect. This one does come with a lithium-ion batteries, or rather lithium, maybe lithium ion phosphate. I'd have to double check, but it's lithium either way. And you have a 360-watt solar panel, as well as an inverter all built in. This right here is going to be your main control panel, and this will have everything that you need. You can see right there your batteries. you know, as well as your auto gen set. This one does have a gas generator on it, 2,800 watts. Okay, let's move back a little bit further here. Actually, you know what? Let's round out the kitchen. I'm sorry. I'm kind of all over the place today. Let me round out the kitchen and then we'll head back just to show you a little bit of storage right up there. This is your convection microwave oven, so that will double as both. You have some storage space underneath the sink, and then you have a bank of 3 drawers. Kind of pull those out just to show you. Pretty good size all in all, and you can see that they are also soft close. Over to this side, this is going to be our fridge freezer. So a little bit more space in here. I believe this is 5 cubic feet of space on this. I think it's a 5.3. So you have that top compartment for the fridge. Bottom one is going to be the freezer. And then the bathroom. So this bathroom door kind of double functions. One is it's going to function as the shower, kind of to close off the shower, but you can open this all the way up, or rather close off the wet bath. But you can open it all the way up, and then it also doubles as the door for the bedroom. So kind of does double duty. Taking a look at the wet bath, this obviously comes out so that way you're not getting water all over this door. And this has antimicrobial properties in it, so you don't have to worry about this drying off. You can just roll it right back up and it'll be good to go. As I mentioned, this is going to be a wet bath. I really like what Entegra does with their sinks. You have the airplane style sink right here. Faucet just comes up so you can use it, and then you can put this right away. This is one of my favorite sinks to have in a Class B just because of the amazing space savings. There is going to be some storage back here. This is a medicine cabinet. There you go. I don't really care for these pulls. They hurt my hands. I think they're hard to open, but you can, again, just kind of grab right back here and still be able to get in there. A couple of shelves that are built in, which is really nice. It's something we oftentimes don't see in a wet bath. Cassette style toilet. So nothing too crazy there. If you've seen one cassette, you've kind of seen them all. It does turn though, so you can kind of get that angle that works for you to be able, for maximum usability there. There's also a window. This is great. I like the window and the vent. So that way you can open this up, turn the vent on, and really get that moisture out of here nice and quickly. You will also see that they have the line to be able to hang clothes. I think this is really smart just because a lot of people don't even use the shower in a lot of the kind of off-grid campers. So that's a great addition. And because, you know, you are going to take this to places where you probably don't have full hookup, it also has the Shower Miser water saving system, which is a recirc system. So that way you're not wasting water waiting for it to heat up. That does a great job of letting you know. That blue button right there basically turns like an opaque white, and then you know it's hot. You can flip the switch and then the water comes out. And again, that way you're not wasting water. Of course, right down there is going to be your toilet paper holder. Then as we come to the back, I actually really like this setup. I know like this is very divisive, right? Either people love it or hate it. I really like the twin bed setup with the potential king. Basically, you take that piece, it's hard on the bottom, you drop it right in here, and now you have a king bed. It just, again, it gives you options. So that way, if you want, you know, you can like, you can sleep separate. If like you're elbowing each other, you need a little more space, or maybe you take this out and you're going on like a fishing trip with a buddy or a wine weekend with a friend, right? You have that separation of space, but if you want to snuggle up with your partner, you can do that too. Then you'll see windows on both sides, and again, those do open for great cross ventilation, plus the window on the back, the storage all the way across the top. Right up top there is your 13.5K BTU AC. And then dropping down, you can also see that you have some additional storage. The side ones here are quite large. Like you can see that, like that's great storage right there. The drawers are a little bit smaller, but still, you know, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. If you're talking socks, underwear, things like that, still gives you a decent amount of space. And as I mentioned, these two right here are going to be nice and large. There is storage above the refrigerator. I want to point that out as well because I don't think I did earlier. But all in all, inside here, I think the Condor, I think it did a really good job of maximizing the space when it is overall just a small coach. But one of my favorite parts is actually not in here. It's what they did back there outside. So let's head out and we'll take a look. All right, so here we go, starting outside. As I mentioned, this one is on the Ford Transit chassis. That is the 350 heavy-duty all-wheel drive. That one houses the 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6, putting out 310 horsepower and 400 foot-pounds of torque. You'll see right down below, you're going to have your running boards so you can nice and easily get into the coach. And as we saw, because it's kind of a B-plus design, you have that aerodynamic front rather than a cab over like you would normally have in a Class C. Making our way back a little bit further, something that's kind of unique about the body of this one is that this is going to be vacuum bond laminated sidewalls, roof, and floor. So the whole thing is going to essentially be vacuum bond laminated, which is going to be one of the strongest types of lamination in the industry. The door also has this massive window on it. This is something that Entegra Coach is kind of known for, just lets in a ton of natural light, which in a smaller coach, the more windows you have, the more light you can let in, the bigger it feels, so it's very important. And as we saw inside, there are definitely plenty of big windows here. Coming outside, I talked a little bit about that TV mount. This is going to be the mount right here. You have your hookups for it right down below. And something that we had optioned in on this one that I really like is going to be this outside kitchen. This outside kitchen is fantastic. You know, this whole thing pulls out. You have the Dometic fridge right down below. It has the side for the sink. You can see your hot and cold faucet. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but you have that hot and cold faucet right in there. And then up top is going to be your cooktop. That pulls out as well. So it really is just basically your all-in-one outside kitchen. I think it was very well done. Power step over to the side so that it makes it a little bit easier to get in the coach as well. And just in case you need a little bit of extra cooking, right? Maybe you have a Blackstone or something you like to bring. You can see right back here is an additional propane hookup, so you have that capability too. Opening this up, you can see right there is going to be a propane tank. And then in the very back, I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Oh, yes, I can. This is what I really wanted to show you, folks. This is what I was talking about underneath that bed. Let me turn a light on. There's another one over there that is not currently on. You can turn these on for motion sensor as well. But take a look at this space, right? This is really what makes the Condor special, in my opinion. And you can see you have 3 different access points, so you can get in here nice and easy. The big net up top, so you can store stuff up there. You have the tracks down below to be able to tie in bikes or whatever else, or whatever other gear you want to put back here. You have dual electric outlets. You have a 12 volt, and it is heated in here. This really is a fantastic compartment, and as I mentioned, really is what kind of sets that Condor apart. Sorry, the heater is actually right up there. I pointed to this guy, but it's up there. Either way, though, the fact that you have that heated rear compartment and be able to take stuff along with you, great. Right back here is going to be a light. Just boop, a little bit of additional light. Something else I like about this one, if we take a look up top, you'll see that this one we did option in the rear awning as well. So it just kind of extends this patio space, or gives you additional patio space, which I think is fantastic. It's something we don't oftentimes see on motorhomes, but it's something that can definitely be utilized. Rear backup camera, of course, is going to be right there, or you know, whether it's for security, backing up, whatever you really need it for, just seeing behind you if you're towing something, because as you can see right here, this is a 5,000-pound hitch, and yes, it is capable of towing, as one would expect. You can see right over there is your 7-way plug. So whether you have a large trailer or a towed vehicle behind you, this one has the capability to pull it. Coming around to the other side, this again is going to be access to that large compartment. This is going to be our wet bay. There we are. So you'll notice the Nautilus system right here. This makes it nice and easy to switch from tank fill to city water, also easy winterization. You can see the hot and cold outside shower here has a control for your water pump, so you can control it inside or from out here. The whole house filter being right next to it. And then as we drop down, of course, we can see our termination as well as some of our low point drains. And once again, there's also a light back here, which I think is crucial, because if you're anything like me, a lot of times you hook up or disconnect, you know, late at night, especially hooking up, because I'm coming from work a lot of times. So having that light can be crucial. Coming up a little bit further, this is going to be our 30 amp detachable power supply. We'll plug right in there. It also has additional solar port, the side solar, if you want to add more solar. As I mentioned, it does have the 360 watt on the roof already, but we can add additional. This is going to be the back of the cassette toilet, so you can empty that out. Opening up these bottom little compartments here. Not really sure what that one's for. There we go. This one at least gives you a little bit of storage. I'm not sure if this one is access. You know, I would have to find out. Oh yeah, I can feel it. Yep, so this is gonna be an access panel right here. It feels like you can probably remove that. But this one right here is going to be additional storage. And then our generator will be located right over to the side here. And as I mentioned, this is going to be a gas generator, 2,800 watts. And there you have it, folks. That is the Condor 22T, but I wanna know what you think of this thing. I think it's cool. I think it's fantastic having that all-wheel drive capability, having that off-grid capability. And if you like it too and you're interested and you wanna know how much it is and where you can find one, you can simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching, folks. I'm Ian Baker, and until next time, we'll see you.